Namaste. Welcome. Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. For those of you first time, my name is Sadhana, and I'm here to do live readings today. And today, just so you know, there won't be as many readings because we're going to be practicing a larger spread, or I'm going to be using a larger spread. And if you want to join in as well too, you can do this in front on your own table. So there will probably be, if I'm on for an hour, maybe 5 readings tonight. Okay, so I want to welcome you all. Feel free to put your questions into the chat. This particular spread that we're looking at tonight focuses on your strengths and how you may work through an issue based on what your strengths are at this time, at this moment. So tarot is always about the right now, what's going on right now. And we can also look to the weaknesses as well too. And I'll explain the spread, how we're going to do it, and go through all of that. I just wanted to say hello. I know Andrew was here early. I saw somebody even before Andrew. Let me just go back and see. Pinkie Lee, good evening. And so we'll do an aspect of Pinkie's question first, and then Andrew, hello to Leafy. And yes, of course, we'll do a reading for you. Mallory, hello. Hello, Jen. Mysticshaven, hello, hello. And yeah, for sure. So we'll be able to do all of you that are here so far. And Star, hello. Okay. So I thought we would just get right into it tonight. And I'm going to start by explaining this. Well, first of all, before I turn the camera, I just wanted to let you know that this spread, well, the first time I saw it was in a Barbara Moore guidebook. And I really like this spread, and I'm just going to share with you its original form. This is actually a very good guidebook for this deck. I believe this guidebook comes with the borderless version of the deck. So yeah, in this deck, it's called the Faerie Ring. And the poetry and the language around it is based on the energy of the fairy deck. Basically, in a nutshell, these cards represent the best and strongest aspects of your personality. Value them and use them to make your life everything you've dreamed of. And so we will turn over the top card in each pile. So the energy of the major arcana is your spiritual strength. For the wands, now I may vary this a little bit just because something else might arise. So for the suit of fire, Barbara Moore calls this your most enterprising characteristic. For cups, your emotional strength. I'm just making sure I've got this right. For swords, your strongest response to a problem. And for pentacles, your most admirable financial or resource ability. And 6, which are the court cards, is your favorite aspect of your personality. And then what I may do is, when I'm doing your reading, get you to choose one of the piles, and then we can look at the card on the bottom of the pile, because the card on the bottom of the pile represents a challenging aspect. So if it is the majors, it's a spiritual challenge. If it's the wands, the most problematic attitude towards your work, an emotional challenge. Yeah, so we could definitely choose one of these. For the courts, she calls it your least favorite aspect of your personality. And if you like, later after we're done, I can put the her descriptions on the top card and the bottom card in the description box below. I should have done that before, but I didn't get to that. So it's a lot of little shuffling because we have 6 piles to shuffle. And we're going to start with Pinkie tonight. Apurva is here. Hello, Apurva. And Dion, welcome to all of you. Okay, so Pinkie wants to know if she will receive all that she's entitled to from the trust fund inheritance. Okay. So I'm going to stick with this spread, and you know, in steering away from the intention of the spread, we are kind of moving in a different direction, but let's just play with this, and then hopefully everybody else will just kind of play along with the way the spread is intended. But I'm happy to try to make this fit for Pinkie's situation. Yeah, so how's everybody doing? I left on the table. I'm just double checking the order because I want to keep it the same. Cups, swords, and petals. Yeah. I kept on the table the Weaver and the court card that was from the Dust to Onyx for an earlier live that I was on today. I felt like it was good that they hung out with us for a little bit longer today. I feel, if you missed that live, it was just so interesting how these two cards showed up. Very, very strong and guiding energy. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Pinkie, as I'm thinking of your question, I'm thinking that this is your strength, and this is kind of a perfect card to come up. This is Justice. I will adjust the camera and the layout in just a second, try to make it better. So yeah, that's a very, very optimistic card in light of your question. Okay, so just give me 1 second here, and we'll see what we're going to do with the layout. Play with the layout a little bit, because I want you to be able to see all of this well. The idea is that it's in a ring, but we'll just kind of do something like this. Okay. I really would like to have it straight, but that's me. All right. And so in the suit of wands, we're looking for the, oh my God, Pinkie, 6 of wands. So, you know, for adapting this question to your situation, I think you've got 2 really, really strong cards. Emotionally, how will you come out of this? You know, I feel like emotionally, you will have the ability to move on. There may be others who are very upset by the outcome, and so you may have to distance or separate yourself from the situation. So, yeah, like this feels like financially, like as far as justice goes, that things will go in the right way. But it may very well leave you in a bit of isolation. The truth will definitely be revealed. And so again, it feels like justice definitely will be served. Okay, this is not the card that you want to see here. So in the suit of Pentacles, we have the 5, which is a card, it's a challenging card. It's a card of restriction. So the truth may not be the truth that you are seeking. The truth may be, right? Because generally this is not a card of financial abundance, right? This is a card of financial restriction and finding yourself in another way. The aspect of your personality that is best serving you is a fresh attitude. A fresh attitude. So for those of you that read tarot, and to see this kind of burst out of the gate of these very positive cards, how how would you take this energy of the 5? Because it seems to contradict the initial mood of the reading. I'm just curious how you would feel that. And so sometimes another thing that just a word that came into my mind was remorse. So not buyer's remorse, but like succeeder's remorse. Feeling again a card of separation. So you have 2 cards of separation here. So I don't think this is going to be a simple, this is going to be simple in any way. And I don't know if Pinkie is even here. Pinkie was here. I just noticed this half an hour before the chat started. So Pinkie, if you aren't here, you're going to have to go back and listen. And with no response, I can't really expand on this anymore. Is there anything anybody else wants to say about the seeming contraindication of the fortunate versus unfortunate cards, so to speak? And I'm going to go ahead and start to shuffle for Andrew. So Andrew, is there any particular aspect that you want to look at? If not, generally, this is just about the strengths of your personality, how you, these represent the best and strongest aspects of your personality. Value them and use them to make your life everything you have dreamed of. This is for Andrew. Well-tempered Claire. Sabo, hello. Okay. Just before I go on, I'm just going to look at what the shadow of the 5 of Pentacles is. It's the 3. So to me, that feels very much like it's going to be hard with all the different aspects and viewpoints of where the money is supposed to go in the settlement of the inheritance. Mm-hmm. You guys aren't very chatty tonight. Okay, and Andrew says, general. Okay, good. And Joseph's here. Hello to Joseph. Why is this pile so big? I feel like I have messed up here. Just give me 1 second. These, I'm looking, okay, those are definitely, that's okay. I'm not going to reshuffle that one because I cut that one already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's good, but I'm going to shuffle it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll shuffle this one. Oh, it's fine. It's just we're all good. We're all good. I'm going to leave the majors where they are because I know I shuffled those with intention for Andrew. All right. You do your thing, Miss Jen. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure we got this all shuffled. And swords and pentacles. I'm going to put the pentacles last. All right. While I am shuffling, I just want to mention again that if you have thought about joining in on any of the courses that I'm teaching over the next month, the next Tuesday, a week today, the Awaken Your Intuition cards course starts. Andrew, Well-Tempered Claire, best aspects of personality. So in the realm of spirit, oh, we have the Justice card again. All right. Well, as far as what I know about you and how I would really embrace the energy of this card is that I feel you are able to, Andrew, you are able to see the whole picture, right? You weigh in on, you always weigh in on everything. You know, you don't shortchange somebody by nitpicking. Yeah, it's kind of a cool card to go there. Okay, the strength, the aspect of your personality, and the wands. Ah, this is very interesting. Very interesting. Two of Wands. So it's almost as if your strength is, you know, it's like this card feels so connected to the first card. You have that ability to decide and to weigh in. And with the Six of Cups appearing, I feel a comfort with the inner child work. I feel a trust in lineage and ancestry, perhaps even embracing the youthful aspects of your personality. Seven of Swords. Okay, so how is the Seven of Swords the best and strongest aspect of your response to problems? Your response to problems. Well, again, I kind of get that don't sweat the small stuff. You know that phrase, take what you need and leave the rest behind. That kind of energy I'm feeling. And then in Pentacles, we have the 3. So your most admirable, resourceful ability may not necessarily be in self-employment, but in teaming up with others to grow your business. Yeah. So Joseph, I will try to get to you. These won't be super quick because we're doing 6 cards for everybody. Knight of Swords. There's definitely a theme with these 4 cards here. And there's almost like a gentleness in these 2 cards. So while you have the ability to take the horse by the reins and take charge and to perhaps get things done quickly, have that, there's also kind of more of a youthful viewpoint here. You're also equally able to, you know, weigh things in on both sides. So let me know which shadow card you would like to look at, Well-Tempered Claire, and I will turn over the challenging card for one of these for you. Yeah, very interesting. You're so welcome, Joseph. Thank you very much for the super chat. Yeah, so I'm just, if Andrew doesn't choose an major arcana. Okay. Okay. 2 things come up really fast. One is the difficulty of being in a 3-dimensional space. So the High Priestess is challenged and is more comfortable in 5th-dimensional reality. And so it can be very hard to make sound decisions when your head is in the ether, when your head is, when you are always, you know, you're so comfortable with spirit, right? And so this is about really learning to embody that phrase, you know, I am a soul having a human experience, because this is very much a card of the human experience. Yes, it's connected to the karmas, right? Does that make sense to you, Andrew? Yeah. Okay, cool. Very nice. I've always liked this spread, and I forgot about it. And as I was scanning through different books trying to find something for tonight, I just, yeah, I thought this was good. It's kind of slow for a live, but I just wanted to share it with you in case you haven't done this before. Leafy. Leafy. Okay, this is for Leafy. We're going to look to Leafy's strengths. Yeah. And this this spread is kind of sort of how I created the spread that I do for the New Year's readings, for the year ahead readings. Yeah. And then I just adopted it to make it my own. So yeah, so this is for Leafy. We're looking to the strengths of Leafy. Leafy, what is your pronoun, please? I don't know your pronoun. Or if you want to tell me your name. Or I can just call you Leafy and refer to you in the third person. Yeah, it's a good spread, isn't it, Andrew? You're welcome. Oh, I missed what happened to Jen. Ms. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go to the major arcana for Leafy. Leafy's strength. Are we laughing yet? Are we? Okay, so I want everybody just to like put laughter into the chat because this is too funny. This is too funny. Okay, Ms. Leafy. Three times. So there's so many different aspects to the Justice card. There's definitely, I mean, I've shared some of my thoughts on this card. One is that we really need to pay attention to the karmic balance. That is the strength of this card, to understand the connections between the that if this is the strongest part of your personality, you definitely understand that sometimes justice is not what we want, but it is what we need. It is always in our highest interest. And so whether that means you are able to see that, or you are able to relate that to other people. I'm not sure how that all fits into your personality, Leafy, but it's a really lovely skill to have. Okay. Oh, we've got lots of repeating cards here. Okay, so let's kind of weave this together for Leafy. And then Leafy, you can let me know which card you want me to turn over the bottom one for. Okay, so your strength in enterprising characteristics is to be the foundation, to be the root, to be the one who gathers people together, the one who makes everybody feel like everything is okay. Something different I'm picking up here for Leafy is that I'm almost hearing like a child giggle, or there's a joyfulness. There's a real lightness and a joyfulness here. So if your tendency is not to embrace your joyfulness, to embrace your youthfulness, your youthful step, vigor, that is something that you would, it would just make you just like every day take time to laugh. Every day take time to skip and play, whether that's with your children, whether that is with a friend online, whether that is something light and joyful, like dancing while you singing while you wash the dishes or something. There's a real joyfulness and a lightness I'm feeling in this card for you. With the swords, this is your strongest response to problems. So this is getting to the crux of the problem, seeing the truth for what it is. And again, so the last time these came up in combo, these were both together. So this is really interesting. Okay. We have 2 4s here, Leafy. So definitely one of your strengths is in providing that foundation, that solid foundation. And as far as resources go, it feels like you are the one who is the money person. You are the one who that backs the project. You are the one that provides, if it's not money, the resources for the situation. Interesting that the Page of Swords is there, because I feel like there's a lot of responsibility with these 4 cards, but the Page brings in that sense of, okay, well, maybe we could think about this in a different way, right? So the Pages tend to have lots of different ideas. They're very smart. They're very clever. Ooh, okay. So she is looking through a spyglass. She's looking single, like single pointed vision, not big vision. So yeah, I see that as extremely, extremely focused. So I'm just waiting for Leafy. Leafy, is there any, did you tell me which card you want me to turn over the bottom one? I don't see Leafy's request here. I'm just going to go ahead just for time and turn over the shadow for the major arcana, which is the Sun. Okay, so you know what I was saying earlier, that this might not be your tendency to, I'm picturing one of my daughters who was ironing fabric for a craft project, and she had the music on, and I saw her little bottom, you know, wiggling as she was singing and dancing, doing the ironing. Like, it feels like a real joyfulness. And maybe it's hard for you to always see the joy. Maybe it's hard for you to see the sun, because you really kind of focus on this airy energy. So, all right, Leafy. Okay, who is next? I need to start focusing my energy on. Uh-oh, I know there's not too many in the chat, but I need to stop it so it doesn't pop. Okay, I think we're at Mysticshaven. Okay, so as I shuffle, I am focusing on Mysticshaven. For those of you that don't have this deck, this is the Textured Tarot by Lisa McLaughlin. And this deck is perfect for me for this reading, because it's very cardboardy, and because the piles are so small, I'm able to do a little bit of riffle shuffling. Yeah, because I cannot riffle shuffle the whole deck. All right, so focusing on Mysticshaven, Mysticshaven's strengths. Okay, I'm just going to shuffle a couple, and then we'll look to the major arcana for Mysticshaven. So Leafy, yes, you can be. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't turn over the shadow for the 6 of Cups, if that was your request. My apologies. Okay, so Mysticshaven, we have the Hanged Man. So this is your greatest spiritual strength. Your greatest spiritual strength is to see things from a viewpoint that maybe others cannot. Equally, maybe to recognize when you do need, perhaps not so much in a hermit energy to step away, but to turn things around. I kind of see this as the person who moves all the furniture in the house regularly, because you just need something. You need to feel things differently, right? Yeah, so embrace that, because not a lot of people are comfortable with seeing things from a different perspective. They always want to be in their comfort zone. Okay, so the personality, the favorite aspect of your personality. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, so really embrace this. So this Knight of Wands energy loves to play and to take chances and to not always have an agenda, you know, to really follow passion, to like to have fun in the bedroom. You know, it's like it's a lovely energy to have. And sometimes as we grow up, we forget, you know, about spontaneity. So that's definitely a sense of spontaneity there for you, Mysticshaven. Yeah, lovely. Okay, in the Suit of Wands. Ooh, okay, so are you the messenger? These two speak, you know, of all of the court cards, for this to come up with the 8, it feels like if you have been told you act too quickly, or you speak too quickly, or you think too quickly, this is a strength. So to really embrace that. And maybe because you are able to see things in a way that other people can't see them, that it's okay, right? Because you would think that this card it contradicts these 2 cards. But what we forget is that this Hanged Man energy is one of, it's a lifestyle, you know, it's a way of being. And so sometimes this energy feels like it's coming out of left field, but it's coming from a really beautiful place. This is the 2 of Cups. So the strength is the ability to reach others at a soulful level. 3 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles. So I want to talk about this. This is kind of obvious how this you know, fits in your ability to connect and to really see people for who they are. The 8 of Pentacles is your break, you know, your BRAKE. So this is your most admirable financial or resource ability. And I also see this as you being able to provide for yourself. Very, very self-sufficient. Very self-sufficient. Now, the strength of having the 3 of Swords over here is one to acknowledge when you actually are feeling pain. You actually do hurt. You actually are needing space because things aren't comfortable. And so this is not a bad card to have up here. A lot of people want this card hidden away. They don't want their feelings out there. And so your strength is to embrace that. Yeah. Okay, so Mysticshaven, which card do you want me to pull? If you're here, if you can quickly. So when it's your turn, can you quickly just let me know which shadow card you want me to pull over? And I'm just going to have a drink of water while I wait for Mysticshaven. And if any of you want me to use your name instead of your channel name, just let me know if I don't already know it. Okay. Seems like things are very slow. I am hardwired, so the response should be quite quick tonight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to go to the aspect of the major arcana. Major arcana. Okay, so I'm going to go to, so this is your shadow card that we're going to look at. The Sun again. Oh, wow. So how does that fit in here? Barbara Moore calls this your most important spiritual challenge at this time. To give yourself permission to feel joy, to give yourself permission to see yourself as successful. Are you I don't like using that expression. Is self-deprecation a problem for you? Very, very interesting. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's mix these up. And next we have, I'm going to start shuffling the majors. Star, hello to Star. And next is Mallory. Okay. And I think Mallory, did Mallory expand her comment? Yes. Focus on your romantic strengths. Okay. I will focus on your romantic strengths, Mallory. So yeah, so that's one. This is for Mallory. We're focusing on the strengths of Mallory. Okay, so this is one way to adapt this spread, is to, if you have a theme going on, to learn as a reader how to shift the energy of your message to that particular theme, because we can speak to romance and relationships in every single suit, right? We mustn't forget that. Romance and relationships aren't just about the libido of the wands and the romance of the cups. Okay. Okay, so this is the Chariot. So your strength would be in knowing it's okay to move ahead, knowing that it's in your best interest to move on or to move forward or to one second, there's something here. There's something here I need to share with you. So if you are not comfortable making decisions, like you are the one that knows how to take the reins, but also you don't need the reins to take charge. You know those reins are yours to hold. Okay, so that is your strength in a relationship. So don't be afraid to take the lead. Don't be afraid to take the lead in the bedroom. Don't be afraid to take the lead in the decision making. Don't be afraid to take the lead wherever it is necessary. Okay. All right. So to me, this speaks to providing the creature comforts in the relationship, to making people feel warm and safe. Right? So just look also at the energy. Like that king is just, it's very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. Okay, I'm just going to shuffle a few because I lost track of what I was shuffling and where I'm at. And then Mallory, think about, once I've turned the 6 over, which bottom card you would like to have a peek at. Okay, so Mallory's strength in relationship, romance. Okay. All right. So in your strength in the passion department, your strength in this department, Mallory. So your strength is taking charge. This is your strength. Yeah. So you go. You go, go, go. This feels like have your cake and eat it too. It feels like you can have everything. So not only are you passion, but you're capable of, these two cards to me really speak to each other. Like making people feel emotionally safe as well too, and emotionally heard. You know, Nine of Cups is full of love. It's full of sweetness. Six of Swords and Six of Pentacles. So remember, the sixes are the cards of harmony and beauty, peace. Harmony, beauty, and peace. And I really feel that energy with the King of Pentacles. So not only is one of your strengths the ability to lead, but to know how to bring things into balance as well. Okay. Okay. Do you know what it is? I wonder if you know what it is before I turn it over. Hello, Sarah. Okay, so isn't that interesting? King and Queen. So let's just put a couple of words around the challenge that may be presented from the Queen. Yeah. Okay. So I want to go back because I didn't talk about this. So your strongest response to problems is to know when it's time to lay the swords down and to move on. So you have that discernment. So remember, this is a positive card. You are able to discern when it's time to leave an issue be. So Queen of Pentacles. So how do I feel about that? I feel like providing the creature comforts, but you don't want to do the dishes. You want to provide, but perhaps some of the traditional associations with mothering might be uncomfortable for you. This is very interesting to have the King and the Queen there, right? Does this resonate with anybody? Right? So you can go external, internal. You can go father, mother. So I would say this is something definitely to journal about. This might also speak to the mother, father that you grew up with as well too, right? You might have had a better relationship with your father than your mother, or with your uncles than your aunties and so forth. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to make sure those two don't go together when we're shuffling. And we will go on to the next person. Yes, I saw somebody said so many layers to this. So many layers to this. All right, so who are we shuffling for next? I think we're at IT guy. Hello, Janine. Oh, Jen is on a forced week of rest. Oh, well, I hope that you actually do that, Jen. Okay. All right. So I think we're at, oh, Jonathan's here too. Okay. So we'll do Dion and Jonathan, and then we'll check in with the timing. Okay. So we'll do Dion first. So shuffling for Dion now. Dion's strengths. Shuffling the court cards for Dion. Okay, so that pile is ready. It's kind of a this is also a really good spread to if you're at the beginning of something, you know, you're at the beginning of a project, it's a great spread to do at the beginning of the year. Maybe that's why I created a variation of it for my year ahead spread. Yeah. And Tiny Trinkets and Tarot Angela's here as well too. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this one over. The Fool. All right, so your spiritual strength. Your spiritual strength is the ability to embrace the unknown, to be comfortable with beginnings. That would be a very interesting pile to look at the shadow. Okay, in the wand, we'll do these two and then I'll continue to shuffle. Well, that kind of fits, doesn't it? We have King of Cups as the favorite aspect of your personality. I love that King of Cups. Okay, so your most enterprising characteristic is to take charge, is to say, okay, we can do this. I almost feel like you are the cheerleader, right? You are the cheerleader, and you infuse everybody with your passion, right? And you know how to get the group going. You know how to get the family going. And so these are strengths. And, you know, we don't always use our strengths. Sometimes we dummy down our strengths. And sometimes we forget what our strengths are. And so I think this is a really beautiful spread to go, yeah, that is an excellent quality that I have, you know. And then the King of Cups. Now, I really want to focus on the energy of the King of Cups in this deck, which is one of peace, making everyone feel peaceful, like emotionally stable, emotionally. And also I feel a listening ear, right? A listening ear, perhaps a healer, but the kind of healer where people don't even know that you're healing them. You just have this natural gift of healing. Yeah. Six of Cups again. Six of Pentacles. So we have lots of harmonious souls in this bunch tonight. Yeah. Six is just such a beautiful number of beauty. It's a number of beauty. Okay. So your strength in the, you know, with businesses and projects is that you understand that there's a give and take to everything, and we can't always be giving. You know, it's as important to receive. And so this is hard for a lot of people because a lot of people are imbalanced in the giving aspect. But your strength is to understand about that balance. For the Six of Cups for you, I feel like you recognize those connections from the past to be really important. There may be other things as well too. In the Swords, I have a lot of favorite cards in this deck, but this is one that is extraordinary. It is so very, very, very peaceful. Dion, let me know which shadow card you'd like me to turn over. I haven't seen that in the comments yet. So for the Four of Swords to be there as your strength, it's like, yeah, I know when I need to step back, and I know it's okay not only to take a day off work, but it's okay to take a week off, even if I'm going to take it off without pay. You know, this is a card of children don't need permission to take a nap. You know, they just curl up and take a nap. So the shadow of the Fool is the Devil. Okay. So that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, we can talk sense into anything, but when I see these two cards together, so the Strength is this, and perhaps sometimes the Fool is in reaction to the Devil. So the Devil sometimes is about clinging to things, like clinging to the creature comforts. It's about doing things that make us feel happy without thinking about it. It's about the lustful, the easy responses rather than the thoughtful responses. And so I can very much see the energy of the Fool acting reacting to the energy of the Devil card, avoiding dealing with it. And so what I'm picking up on here is that it's really important for you as a soul to embrace these challenges, embrace the things that come up for you in all of the second chakra issues, any kinds of things that where it's easy for you to overindulge. And to know that jumping away from them, skipping away from them isn't necessarily in your highest interest. They have to be dealt with. So that's a very, very powerful message. Yeah, and I hope that resonates with you. Okay, so we're going to go on to Joseph. And again, thank you for the super chat, Joseph. Let's just quickly do all of these. Alrighty, so how's everybody doing? Everybody hanging in there? I know it's a little slow. The thing about me is that I need to trust what's coming in through my right ear. And I can tell if my right ear is hot. If my right ear is hot, if I'm kind of leaning a little bit to the right. I can also tell by what my feet are doing that the message is in flow, you know? Yeah. All right, so we're moving on to IT guy Joseph. Shuffling for Joseph. Joseph is feeling completely lost and would love and appreciate any guidance. Excellent. Okay. So this spread is like your cheerleading squad. These are the qualities, the aspects of yourself that you would benefit at this time from embracing. Okay. You receive right ear as well too. Yeah. All right, Joseph. Just do these 3 and then I can shuffle and talk. I'll do the other 3. Get myself set up. It's so nice to ripple shuffle this deck. I used to use it a lot, but there's 1 or 2 cards that are kind of, I'm going to look at this card, Joseph. I did have a jumper. I'm going to shuffle again and we'll see if it comes up. It's the King of Wands. What was I saying? Oh yeah, see, you can't backbridge this deck. Yes, it's very, very cardboardy. Okay, so major is, all right. You know, and I have met you once on Zoom, and this makes sense to me. You know, one of my impressions of you is that you second guess yourself. And you don't see your power. You don't see your strength. You don't see the light that shines around you. And so you really do have the ability to take charge. You really do have the ability to make the decisions, to know when it's time to flow and to go and all of that. Okay. This is a really interesting dichotomy here. So this is the quality of yourself that you love. Barbara Moore in the guidebook says your favorite aspect of your personality is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles who, it's okay staying home reading a book. I don't really need to go anywhere today. And if I do, I'm just happy going out and mowing the lawn, you know? Let me continue shuffling while I talk. And Joseph, be thinking about which shadow card you'd like me to turn over. Okay, so 3 of Wands is the strength of your most enterprising characteristic. And I believe we have talked about this before, Joseph. This is that to know when working with the group is more important than doing it by yourself. I'm very interested to see if other 3s are going to come up here. And notice also we have a horse and we have a horse. We have movement, moving forward, different. Okay. I'm being reminded of Chariot card from Stolen Child Tarot. And I know there's other ones where we don't have horses, we have a turtle. And sometimes we have a turtle in this card. And so the message for you, Joseph, is to know that it doesn't have to be at rocket speed. For sure. The other thing I like about this 3 of Wands, I have my little chopstick here, is we have this balance between fire and water. You see that in the fabric? Okay, let's go on. Emotions. All right, so how is 7 of Cups your best emotional strength? Very interesting. So as an emotional strength, you don't get, what I was saying, you know, you're not like that kid who's pounding their fist because there's only one way. I feel as a strength, this is an ability to see a multitude of emotional options. And in order to run through that gamut of emotions, you do have to be a turtle, because it's not something that can happen very, very quickly. I'm really tempted to see what the shadow card is in this pile. And even if it's not your choice, I'm probably going to turn it over. This is built on a house of cards. So I'm also thinking that one of your emotional strengths is to see others' fragility. There's something about the fragility of this deep, deep emotion here. Okay. 8 of Swords. So she is turned in. She is blindfolded. And so if this is your most admirable response to problems, it is definitely not one of reaction. It's one of, so this actually makes sense with this Knight of Pentacles, right? You're not going all guns a-blazing with your sword out. You're able to regroup and find that internal solution. You know that you aren't trapped. You just need to pace yourself and to kind of go within. I'm not entirely comfortable that we have unwrapped this card here. Okay, and in the Pentacles department, another 3. Okay, that's what I was feeling, Joseph. I think I said I'm curious if we have other 3s as here as well too. Okay, so the beauty of the 3 is that there is there's a big aha moment. There's a big exhale breath when we understand how much power and how much strength there is in expanding beyond the self, in growing into trinities. So we've moved beyond the partnership, right? And we've added something. So it becomes stronger and stronger. You know, we can do things better with more aspects and more aspects of, it's not a big number. It's just that perfect. It's so hard for me to express this. You know, it's like a few times in my life, I've had these opportunities to start charitable organizations. And one of my problems is that I don't like running AGMs, board meetings. Oh my God, I hate board meetings. But you need to have at least 3, I believe in Canada or in British Columbia, you need to have at least a 3-member executive. And so the thing is that we can do and run the organization with 3 people. We don't need 12. We don't need 22, or we don't need 40 people. We just need to know that our strength is in a small group. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling. Joseph, did you choose a card for which shadow you wanted to look at? I'm going to let you choose another one if it's not this one. But I'm gonna choose this one, and then if you want to choose another one, that's totally cool. Wow, so another 3, so 6. Okay, I'll do the majors. So the shadow of the emotional shadow, and in Barbara Moore's words, it is your most difficult emotional challenge at this time is in facing patterns with the past, relationships from the past, perhaps some family karma. And then in the majors, the shadow of the Chariot is the Star. So the unwillingness to see the light, the unwillingness or the inability to see the guiding light, to know that there is hope, there is beauty, there is joy, there is a path. You are on a path. You're already on the path. You know, you guys were saying this looks like the wild unknown. And when I see this in the wild unknown, I just see this pointing, and this is pointing upwards. This is pointing heaven. You know, it's pointing in this particular, it's pointing up out of the reading. It's pointing to the universe. And so to me, this as a shadow card to moving ahead is somewhat of a lack of trust. Right? And that's not an easy thing for me to say. So I encourage you to, you know, take a couple of quick notes here and get out your journal. Get out your journal, because this is for you. For you. All right, I'm at 106. I'm going to do one last one. One last one. Heavy reading in a good way. You're so welcome. Okay, so who is next? All right, I'm just going to pause it at Andrew's comment there. Thank you for that beautiful comment. So Jen, I don't know what happened to you. You should send me a quick email. I feel like I haven't been in the chats, and if you shared what's happened, I'm sorry to hear that you're not well. Let me know what I can do. I'm here. Okay. Is there one more person? Where are we at? Just be patient with me here, and I will just scroll through. And that way I can see who I didn't greet as well, too. And then we did Mallory. Oh, it's Jen. All right, so it's for Jen. There we go. So this will be the last one for tonight. I have a strength, physical and emotional health, well-being, of course. All right, so this is for beautiful Jen. Jen's Science to Soul Tarot and Transformation. That's perfect. I'm glad we're ending with Jen. Okay, one more shuffle for the majors, and then we'll, yeah. If you are looking for tarot spreads, this guidebook that I showed you is full. There's so many good little spreads in this one. And yes, they are based on the kind of fairy theme, but right, they're always adaptable. Where are we at here? I heard spinach for you. Oh my goodness, isn't that funny when you get these random weirds? And Ange is here. Hello, Ange. I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier. Anybody else in the chat that I've missed? Hello, hello. If Lisa McLaughlin ever reprints this deck and uses different cardstock, I would love to know. I would love to have this deck with different cardstock. This is for Jen. Jen's Science to Soul Tarot and Transformation. Shuffling the quirk cards. Okay. All right, dear Jen. All right, so let's go to the major for Jen. This is Jen's spiritual strength. Spiritual strength is the moon. Doesn't that make sense for the psychologist? Her spiritual strength is her something that she's naturally good at. And see, the thing about having this as a strength card is that it can weigh very heavy, because it's a big karma. It's a very, very big karma to carry that, you know, to carry that. So when I see this as a spiritual strength, I see this as your ability to not only embrace others' shadows, but to help others work with their shadows, to help others embrace their shadows, and to understand that their shadow self is a part of who they are. Yeah. So your enterprising, your willful characteristic, your passion. Oh, Four of Wands. Hearth. Let's go to the art. Hearth, home, family. Foundations. Celebrations. I mean, we can get very, very practical here, right? Birthday parties. Creating space for those you love, for those in your life. And I've got this message of, it's like, I bet you are the person who hosted the party for other people when their mother couldn't, you know, like, so maybe one of your kids' friends' parents was unable to have that 16th birthday party, but you did. You had it because you knew it was important. So there's this, it's really beautiful. Three of Cups. Five of Swords. Four of Pentacles. Again, 4-4, foundation. And the King of Cups. Okay. Let's go to the King of Cups. Oh, and look at that with the moon. You know, part of me understands why you feel and have been having a challenging time. Just looking at this, it's almost as if your strengths in some way are exhausting. You know, your strengths, I mean, we all have different dharmas, we all have different paths and different karmas, but I feel a sense of what I want to do here with these 6 cards is to find a common quality that will help Jen nourish herself, to help Jen nourish herself at a soulful level. And I really get a feeling of the external here, and what I want to wish for Jen and to send to Jen is the ability to turn all of this, to turn this big hug inside, so that you can be the foundation for yourself, so that your physical body, your spiritual practices can start to support you in a way that perhaps they haven't been. I feel like these fours here are an acknowledgement of creating that foundation for yourself. So the strength of the King of Cups is that listening ear. And that's a really beautiful quality to have. And again, what I was saying earlier, it can be a lot. The strength, your best emotional strength is that connection with others. And so I'm going to pull over a few of the shadow cards to help bring in the balance. And the Five of Swords here, this is your strongest response to problems. So I kind of get the energy here of, let's deal with this. Let's deal with this now. And if we have to have this out, we're going to have this out, but we're going to deal with this, and we are not going to brush this under the carpet. Right? And whether we're going to come to the kitchen table and do this, or we're going to go in the backyard and we're going to, I don't know, throw balls at each other or whatever, but we're going to deal with this. And that's beautiful, because sometimes people just love to avoid and avoid and avoid. But you don't. Okay. So I'm going to go to a couple of the shadows here. So personally for Jen, with this kind of a heavy reading, I feel that the star is really, really important. The star is one of that might be difficult to see from time to time. And this is one of faith. It's one of trust. It's one of amplifying your practices so that you feel rock solid in the star. Right now, if the star is coming up as the shadow, the practices aren't strong enough. And if you can give yourself permission to strengthen your foundation, that feels like the way through. That really does feel like the way through. Okay, so the shadow of the King of Cups, because I feel the weight of this listening ear, is the Page of Cups. Just give me a second here. The shadow of the King of Cups. So this is your most difficult emotional challenge at this time. This is the shadow of the King of Cups. This is a card of being, Jen. Look at her body position, her body language. And so you've been really, really busy doing. This is a card of being. Right? This is a card of being. It's a card of, like I was saying earlier for somebody else, it's a card of skipping and playing. And what Kristen said resonates very, very much. Like, you are the expert. And so that also would play into this as well, too. Okay, I don't know if you have a pen anywhere near you. Okay, let's do one more. One more. I'm going to do this one because I feel like I feel this is important here. wanting to burn through things really quickly, wanting things to be over. Perhaps also not listening to the messages. Remember, this card also speaks to the messenger as well, too. What did Andrew say? Yeah. I don't know if I'm really following the line of the intention of this reading. The strongest message that's coming through for me intuitively is in the importance of you to reestablish your ground. And I know you've been busy working on the house, and there's an aspect of fixing. Okay, so here's another thing. So this came up today as well, too, and that aspect of fixing. We want to be the fixer. We want to make things better for everyone. And so there's a sense of avoidance of dealing with your stuff by looking after everybody else's stuff. And there was a lot of messages that I was picking up on that are like, okay, she's a caretaker. She's a caretaker. She now is the time to care for her. And so whatever has happened, in which I'm not aware why you're on your back right now, is the beginning. Maybe Spirit needed to put you flat on your back so that you realize this is so important. You are so important. You are the most important person in your life. And everybody knows that that's around you. You are the only one who doesn't say that to herself every single day. You are the most important person in your life. And you know I love you. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to have a quick check-in and then say goodnight to you all. So Andrew's point is very it's a really good point. Maybe fixing the house is an external expression of internal fixing. It is, but Jen, I feel you are beyond that. You don't need to be doing it externally. You are ready. You are at a level where you can do it internally. And you don't need to be afraid to do it internally. And I feel like that's why the Star card came up in the shadow. You're so welcome. You're so very welcome. Okay, so that's a wrap for tonight. Tomorrow night, I will be in the Facebook group, and I will be doing, I'll be going through the reading for that was up for the group. And we're going to do another spread in the Facebook group. And if you're not part of that group and you want to go through another reading, we'll all get out our decks and we'll go through another spread tomorrow night. So same time, 6 p.m. The link for the Facebook group is in the description box below. And you're all welcome to join us. A week today is the first class. Okay, so a week today is the first yogic practices to awaken your intuition class. And so I believe it's at 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. Actually, I can look that up right now. I have it right here. Just give me 1 second. And so next week, I'm going to go back to doing readings in the morning. And then I will carry on with doing readings in the morning because I have classes at night. So yogic practices to awaken your intuition. No, it's at 6 p.m. Pacific. So it's at this time on Tuesdays. And so I'm going to go back to doing readings in the morning, generally speaking, not in the morning, at 12 noon Pacific. So the schedule will be changed a little bit. I'm on the West Coast, Pacific time zone. Yeah. Yeah, you all are very, very welcome. So thank you. Thank you all for being here, and enjoy the rest of your day. Hi, Sarah. I didn't see you in the chat earlier. I'm sure I missed other people as well too. Okay. So be kind to one another. Namaste.